Well, hello, and you're very welcome along to The Bottom Line here on Shannonside Northern Sound. As always, if you want to get in touch with the programme, you can give us a text on 087 1200 900, or you can send us an email, business@shannonside.ie or business@northernsound.ie. First, one Leitrim resident is running a special one-day workshop next Saturday with the aim of encouraging 12 and 13-year-olds to consider becoming an entrepreneur as a career path. The aim is to create future job makers rather than job takers. It's all part of the initiative called The Biz Factor. The man behind it is Eamon McGranahan, and he joins me on the programme now. Eamon, first of all, what is The Biz Factor all about?
The Biz Factor is something that I've set up aimed at inspiring 12 and 13-year-olds to maybe consider entrepreneurialism as a career choice. It's, as I've explained it to some of the kids I managed to present the idea to before they broke up from school, it's a bit like The Apprentice, Dragon's Den, and The X Factor all rolled into one, and it's a one-day workshop. During that workshop, what will happen is up to 36 young people in the 12 to 13 age bracket will be forming teams of 4 and 5 in each team, and each team will have assigned a volunteer business mentor during the day. There'll be a number of topics covered during the workshop, starting off from how to evaluate a business idea, then how to cost it as a product or service, how to overcome various challenges and bring it into market. And the ultimate aim is for each team to be able to present a 2-minute elevator speech, if you like, backing up the business idea that they've been working on during the day. That 2-minute elevator speech will then be hosted up on YouTube, and each team will have up to 5 days to actually promote that to their friends, family, and through Facebook and various other social media outlets. There will then be a prize giving, which will happen about a week after the event. So the event is aimed for Saturday the 6th of August, and the prize giving is the 14th of August at the Ramada Hotel in Drumshambo. And there'll be prizes presented for the most watched video presentation, the most commented on, the best product ideas voted by the mentors, the best team presentation is voted by the mentors, maybe the best individual presentation as well, or the best individual presenter. Because whilst there's a team of 4 or 5 young people, the 2-minute video will involve each person in the team actually saying something. So it is a team-based project.
Why have you chosen 12 to 13-year-olds?
Good question, Boggs. A lot of people that I present this idea to, they say, well, it's a great idea, but wouldn't like 17, 18-year-olds, 16, 17-year-olds maybe be a better group to aim at? The reason I specifically chose 12 and 13-year-olds is because they're kind of in a transition phase at that stage, kind of 6th class leaving national school, going into secondary school, if you like, and at that age group, everything is possible. There's no negativity, and they're completely open to evaluating new ideas. Also, I suppose what's partly inspired me for the project is I'm reading Alan Sugar's autobiography at the moment, What You See Is What You Get, and what's very apparent is at an age as young as 8 or 9, he was already doing entrepreneurial things. I have a 12-year-old son myself, and I see him going into school at Christmas selling holly and thinking up ideas of making money, and at that age, believe it or not, they are also watching The Apprentice and Dragon's Den, and they're getting quite a lot out of it. They see what works and what doesn't work as a result of watching these reality programs, if you like.
Do you think the fact, even though they are quite young, the way the country has gone and the recession, and we're all talking about, needing to diversify, and we talk about entrepreneurial skills and things like that, that even at that young age, they recognise, hang on here a minute, if I can kind of, come up with some idea, I can be an entrepreneur and I can proceed better.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, what I'm trying to get across to them is that at the moment everybody's saying there's no jobs. When you leave school, there's no one there to give you a job. There's no jobs. You've got to go abroad, or you've got to emigrate. You got to. What I'm getting at is, if you're an entrepreneur, you make your own job. You're not in a position where you're sitting around waiting for someone to give you a job. You see the opportunities of creating something for yourself so that you can stay in your own country, work at what you want, what you really love working at, But in order to do that, you got to start thinking of it as soon as possible. There's no point waiting until, the last 6 months before you leave college or whatever and saying, oh God, there's no jobs, what am I going to do now? I think if you get into the sooner you get into that mindset, and the sooner that you realize that every individual is in effect their own little mini company, that they've got to market themselves, they've got to create sales for themselves. Anybody going for a job interview is selling themselves. So really, they're a little mini company the way I see it. And if one of the big regrets, I suppose, when I was growing up was that there was nobody to talk about real life entrepreneurialism in the school system. I know schools at the moment are running various competitions to the 15, 16-year-olds, come up with a product idea and we'll have a competition, a bit like the Young Scientists, and there's prizes for the best product idea, etc. What I think is missing in all that is kind of real-life interaction with real-life business people that can tell them what it's really like to be out there at the moment, like the kind of crucial things that are important to be thinking of when you're evaluating a business idea. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. I'm trying to bring the theory and the reality together, if you like, and I'm trying to do it at an age group that can still be aspired or can still be inspired to do something to actually become the job makers and not the job takers of the future.
And the thing about it is as well, it's all about having a bit of fun while doing it.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing as well. It's not somebody standing up there presenting for 6 hours in front of them. It's not a kind of like what would you call maybe a normal school type of thing. It'll be short presentations followed up by a lot of group work, a lot of discussions between the group. And again, the ultimate goal is to present this elevator pitch at the end, which will show how much that they have progressed within like the one-day workshop. And I'm quite excited about it. It's the first time anything like this has ever been done, and I'd like to see it as a pilot, maybe something that could be rolled out. Maybe somebody else would do this, in County Longford or maybe throughout Ireland. It is the kind of project that kind of lends itself maybe to have an all-Ireland Biz Factor with an ultimate presentation, if you like, at the end of the year, every year.
Very finally, Eamon, just give us the details again of when the Biz Factor is taking place.
The Biz Factor is running in Drumshambo on Saturday the 6th of August. It runs from 10 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. and it's open to 12 and 13-year-olds. It's a pre-registration event because we need signed consent forms and that before people can be admitted to it. And also part of the process, if you like, is you have to say what your business idea is going to be. The 12 or 13-year-old has to say on the form what they think their business idea is going to be that they'd like to work on in the workshop. So all the details are on the bizfactor.com website, and along with a downloadable application form, and it's also possible to pay online from that site, but you still have to print off the form, sign it, and post it in.
All right, well listen, the very best of luck with it all. I'm sure we'll come back to you maybe next week or the week after just to see how it went and how the various ideas that the children came up with.
That's brilliant, yes. I really appreciate the opportunity, Paul, to talk about this on your show, and I look forward to talking to you again.
No problem, that's all we're here. You're listening to The Bottom Line here on Shannonside Northern Sound. We'll be back after this short break.
The Bottom Line on Shannonside.